Hello viewers, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you are new. Something a little bit different today. Going to be predicting the EU Full Cup matchups, which are due to start in 3 hours. So I need to get on with this and get it uploaded, otherwise, if for whatever reason or by luck I get everything right, nobody's going to believe me if I upload it the day after. So even though you can actually see the date and time there in the bottom right corner. Anyway, yeah, these games are due to be played in about 3 hours' time. The first game between Aogiri and Zoom Zoom. Personally, I think Aogiri will take that one. Do I think they will take it comfortably? I think they will, yeah, I think they will. So yeah, I'm going to go with a 3-0 here, I think, in favour of Aogiri. They've just got a stronger team. I think they've looked pretty good so far. In any case, they're looking like a half decent team. VK Salen, Ocelon, and Stizzy. So yeah, I think they will become pretty comfortable in this EU Full Cup. But we'll see. We'll see what the matchups be. I mean, I don't know who they'll end up against. So anyway, next game is against Monkeys, or Monkeys against a non-pro team. What a name that is, non-pro team. I wonder how long it took to think of that. Anyway, Monkeys consisting of Arju, Methane, and Smokes, and a non-pro team has Growly, Triton, and Stealth. So I think this is going to be another 3-0. I think the Monkeys team definitely have a lot of potential. Maybe they're slightly underperforming at the moment. I've always rated Methane and Arju. I think they are two pretty solid players. Maybe haven't reached the levels that they can. So yeah, and Smokes is an up and coming, I believe, young player. So that's always good too. Good quality older players with a young player. You know, that's usually a decent combination. So yeah, I think Monkeys would be pretty strong throughout this Full Cup. Next up is Sonics, which consist of Tho, Mike Boy, and Metsonorus against the Old Farts. Again, another brilliant name. I'm not sure who's thinking of these names. Old Farts consist of Speed, Tigray, and Yukio. This could be an interesting one. I do think Sonics are the slightly stronger team. But Old Farts definitely has some decent names there. It's definitely going to be a tough matchup. I am going to go slightly in favour of Sonics with a 3-2, I think. I think they've just got a bit more about them. Just get rid of this here. Yeah, I think they've just got a bit more about them. Metsonorus, obviously, still playing at the top level. And he's only just sort of come off a really good team, so he should be pretty good. And Mike Boy and Tho, two solid players as well. I think Tho, another player that hasn't reached quite the potential that he could have or can. Old Farts, it's in the name really. A few old players, let's say Speed, Tigray, and Yukio. All great players when they're at their best, don't get me wrong. But yeah, I think Sonics will just have a little bit too much for them. Anyway, let's try not to spend too much time on one game. Solary, or Solary I should say, I don't know why I said Solary. Solary against Heat is the next match. Solary consisting of K-Dot, Fairy Pig, and Sholset. Heat consisting of Parker, Faris, and Juicy. I actually thought Parker and Faris were very good at the Gamers 8 tournament when they had Raziers on their team. Obviously Raziers being the standout player out of the three, but I do think Parker and Faris were solid players. I don't think it'll be an easy game for Solary, but I do think they'll win it. And I'm going to give it a 3-1. I think Solary will just have that strength. You know, they've got the experience, they've got the strength. K-Dot, very big shell set. I do think Heat will give him a decent game, but ultimately I think Solary will come out on top. Next up is Evil Geniuses, who honestly probably shouldn't be down here. I mean, EU's a tough region. NA is looking really tough as well. You know, there's going to be some big names down, sort of in the lower half, if you like, in the EU Full Cup. There's some big names in NA down there as well. So EG consisting of Catalysm, Ivan, and Tox. Up against Team Go. I'm not sure who's on Team Go. Let me just have a look. Oh yeah, Yukis, Whiskey Drink, and Econ, a full French team, which is always scary. Evil Geniuses though, Catalysm, Ivan, and Tox. It's a tough team, it's a really good team. And because of that, I think they're just going to sweep this match. I think they will sweep Team Go quite comfortably as well. Next up, Williams Resolve, consisting of Breezy, Flame, and Noasaki. Noasaki, a really good up-and-coming player as well. And obviously Breezy, we know, high mechanical, very mechanical player. And Flame, who's just that solid rock of a player. Williams Resolve are a decent team. Coming up against a team called Ones, which literally consists of Ones players, believe it or not. Revsy, Dead Monster, and Hyder. So actually, the Ones roster, Revsy, Dead Monster, Hyder, as Ones players, they're all really good. As a team, I'm not too sure. Quite unknown, I think. But they're all individually really good players, so I don't think it would be the easiest match for Williams Resolve. Do I think they will sweep? No, I'm going to give the Ones team a game here, I think. Yeah, we'll give them a game. So far, all the teams on this side are winning. Guild and Turbo Clappers up next. Guild now consisting of Stake, Luis P, and Acro. So obviously a complete different team to what they had last year. Luis P is a very good Ones player, really, really good Ones player, trying to make a name for himself in the freeze game. Turbo Clappers consist of Hibbs, Dying, and Lasa. I'm not too sure how to say that. I do apologise. Hibbs, an English player. Dying and Lasa, two Spanish players. Relatively unknown players. At least I don't know much about them. Hibbs obviously has been around a while. I think this will be a pretty close game, to be honest. I do think Guild will take it. I'm going to give Turbo Clappers a couple of games on Guild. I think Guild, they're a new team. So are Turbo Clappers, but Guild are a new team. There's going to be a lot to expect from them. I feel like there's going to be a lot on their shoulders. People are expecting them to go through or do well. So I think there'll be a bit of pressure there in their first match against Turbo Clappers. Next up is a really interesting matchup, actually, is Endpoint, which consists of Devo, I should say. Obviously, it's Devo. We all know who Devo is. Simas, I hope I'm saying that right as well, and Crispy. Devo and Crispy, both English players, and Simas. Not too sure where Simas is from, actually. I've just got it up. Lithuania. Simas is from Lithuania, so yeah. He's not a player I've actually heard of, so he must be one of those young mechanical beasts. I'll just assume, anyway. He must be the mechanics of the team, along with Crispy. Devo, obviously, a veteran in the game. Really great player back in his day, still a decent player now. But do I think they've got what it takes to beat Team Vitality? Vitality obviously had a really disappointing end to their run last time. A lot of people expected more from them. They didn't quite perform the way they should have. This time, though, at least in their first round, I think they'll comfortably beat Endpoint. I'll give Endpoint a game. I think they've got the potential to take a game, and I think Vitality still looking a little bit shaky, but I think they'll have enough in terms of just raw speed, raw mechanics to beat Endpoint. Vitality consisting of Alpha 54, Redos, and Sazen, in case I didn't say that. I don't think I did. So yeah, anyway, with these results in, this is how our round 2 high matches and round 2 low matches will look. And we're going to start with the low matches, actually. So Vitality again here against Team Zoom, which consists of, I don't think I said this, Gek, Justus, and Compact. So I think, why has that just changed? I could have sworn that just said Vitality a minute ago. Or am I just going crazy? Okay, well, apparently it doesn't say Vitality. Vitality's over here. Did I accidentally change anything? Maybe I just hadn't clicked off properly. Because I'm sure I saw Vitality here and then I looked away and looked back and now it's Turbo Clappers. Anyway. Okay, so Turbo Clappers against Zoom. So Turbo Clappers obviously is the Hibbs team that I said earlier with the 2 Spanish players. This one, I'm really not too sure. I think it'd be a really close game. I mean, all these games are going to be close, right? I will give it to Turbo Clappers, though. I do think Turbo Clappers will just take it against Zoom Zoom. I can't say Zoom Zoom without wanting to laugh. It's just such a weird name. A lot of these names are really weird, honestly. Really, like Old Farts. Great name. Anyway, yeah, Old Farts against non-pro team, who are obviously a pro team, but apparently they're not. Speed, Tigray, and Yukio against Growly, Triton, and Stealth. I think the old boys will take this one. I think they'll take it reasonably comfortably as well. I'm going to give them a 3-1 win there for the old farts. Endpoint up next against Team Go. Team Go, the UKIS Whiskey Drink and Econ team, full French roster. Could be an interesting game, to be honest. It could be an interesting game. I think this will be a lot closer than a lot of people think, if it happens. Do I think Team Go can take down Endpoint? They could, you know. They could. Any of these teams could beat any of these teams, honestly. Do you know what? I'm going to go for an upset here. Or am I? Yeah. I'm going to go for an upset. I'm going to give it to the full French team. It's going to go to Game 5 and they're going to take it. 3-2 to Team Go over Team Endpoint. Next game is the Ones team against Heat. Heat consisting of, as I've said, Parker, Faris and Juicy, and I forgot to mention they're a full French roster as well, so scary. Ones, obviously the Ones players, Revsy, Deadmonster and Hyder. Do I think they can take down the full French roster of Heat? I think this one would be a dodgy one as well. I think there could be a few upsets here. I'm going to give it to the Ones team, and I think this will go to 5 as well. I think the Ones team will just be a little bit quicker, a little bit faster to the ball than Heat. I think Revsy's going to have a good game. I'd like to see Revsy. I mean, he's a brilliant Ones player. I'd love to see him in the freeze scene as well. I've really enjoyed watching his Ones games in the past. Okay, over to the high matches of round 2. Aogiri versus Guild Esports. Aogiri, the VK Ceylon, Ocelon and Stitty roster against Guild, which consists of Luis P, Steak and Acro. I think Aogiri will take this one. I think Aogiri look like a really decent team. I think they could beat pretty much any team here. So I'm going to give them, I'll give Guild a game, but I'm going to give them a 3-1 win in favour of Aogiri. Next match is Monkeys versus Sonics. I think this game will be a Monkeys win as well. Although, it could go any way. I'm going to give it to Monkeys. That was my first thought. So I'm going to give it to Monkeys. It's going to be a close one. It's going to go to 5. EG up against Team Vitality. This is going to be a really interesting matchup. If this actually happens, this is probably... Is this 1 and 2 out of all these teams? This is probably 1 and 2, I'd say. Out of all the teams that are here, they're definitely top 2. I think EG could cause a little upset here as well. Yeah. This is going to go to 5 as well, but I just have a feeling that EG are the slightly better team than Vitality at the moment. I think Vitality have so much pressure on their shoulders with the whole Zen situation. A lot of you people may know that Vitality signed up Zen, but obviously he's got a ban for a year, so he can't actually play yet. But they've basically said to the Vitality roster, fight for your place, one of you is going to get dropped in a year, no matter what. Unless they win like lands, and if they win worlds, then you can't drop anybody. But yeah, they've basically told the players, we know you're not going to win anything, one of you is going to get dropped in a year. A lot of people think Alpha 54 is not going to get dropped, so it's basically between Red Ocean and Sazin. I don't think Alpha's safe, to be honest. I don't think he's been great yet, so yeah. I don't really agree with the route they're taking on that team, but hey, it might work for them. It might make the team play really well. So far, it's not really working. So yeah, I think they will lose to EG if that match happens. Solary against Williams Resolve is next. Solary, obviously, K-Dot, Very Big, and Shellset. Williams consists of Breezy, Flame, and Noah Saki. I do think, and I hate to say it because I love the Solary team, but I do think Williams will take this in 5. Yeah, these high matches here are going to be really close games. I've got 3 of them going to 5, and 1 of them going to 4. No sweeps, in my opinion. No sweeps in the lower matches either, actually. Probably wrong there. Oh well. We're sticking with it. I'm not changing anything. But yeah, I do think Williams will take... I haven't actually written in... Oh, 33. Don't think that's possible, mate. Let's just put a 3 there. There we go. Yeah, I do think Williams will take that against Solary. We're going to go over to the low matches over here on the right-hand side of the screen. Endpoint probably shouldn't be down here, but I've got them down here. Against a non-pro team, which I'll keep reminding you consists of Growly, Triton, and Stealth. Endpoint, obviously the Devo team. I think Endpoint will take this, and I think they'll sweep as well. I think they'll bounce back. Next up, Heat, Parker, Faris, and Juicy against Zoom Zoom, Gek, Justice, and Compact. I think this will be a sweep as well. I think these 2 teams probably shouldn't be down here. But someone's got to be down there. Who else would I put down there? Well, none of these clearly, because I've predicted it for them to be down there. Not to be down there, I should say. Yeah, I think Heat will sweep that. 2 sweeps here. Solary in the mid matches against Team Go. Team Go, Yukis, Whiskey Drink, and Econ. And Solary, K-Dot, Very Big, Shellset. So 2 full French rosters here against each other. Solary, full French. Team Go, full French roster. One of them is a bit of an older team, one of them is a bit of a younger team. Do I think the older boys will come out on top, or the young guns? I'm going to assume Team Go are young guns, by the way, because I've not really heard too much of them, so yeah. Does experience come out on top of mechanics? Oh, that's a tough one. That's a tough one. This is a really tough one, in my opinion. I think Solary are going to be good down here. I do think they've got what it takes. A lot of people say they're washed. K-Dot, Very Big, Shellset, washed. I don't think they are. I don't think they are at all. So we're going to give that to Solary in 5. Vitality against the ones up next. Straight away I'm thinking Vitality. I'm going to give a game to ones though. I think Vitality are prone to losing games here and there. So yeah, we'll give a game to ones. Sonics up against Turbo Clappers. Sonics team, Tho, Mike Boy, and Metzanorus. And Turbo Clappers is the Hips, Dying, and Lassa team, the 2 Spanish players. I think this one will be a sweep. I think Sonics sweep that. I just think Sonics are a better, more rounded team than the Turbo Clappers. Simple as that, really. Tho and Mike Boy, 2 Dutch boys, good players, and Metza, obviously the veteran from Finland. And I forgot to mention that Fruity is their captain as well, which I think is a good. It's a good pickup for a captaincy spot. Guild against Old Farts next up. This one is a tough one, in my opinion. I can see Old Farts winning this. I can see them winning it. So, that's what I'm going to go with. That's the first thought that I had. So that's what I'm going to go with. Yep. Old Farts are going to take down Guild Esports. Aogiri over here in the high matches against Williams Resolve. Well, this is where it's going to get tough, because these teams they're all good teams. They're all really good teams. It's hard to predict. Does Aogiri take down Williams? Does Aogiri take down Williams? What have I done above here? Let me just scroll up. So yeah, we got Williams there. Williams just winning there. Yeah, I think Aogiri are these slight favourites here. I'm going to give them the slight edge because they're the slight favourites. So the slight edge over Williams Resolve with a 3-2 win I feel like I've done a lot of game 5s, but I do feel like this is a really tight tournament. I feel like a lot of these teams are really close in terms of skill and just where I'd put them. Next game is Monkeys against Evil Geniuses. Monkeys, I think, could be such a good team. I mean, they already are a decent team. I think like they could be a really good team. Like I said, I do rate Ardu and Metane, and Smokes coming in with the mechanics and all that is a good addition. But do they beat Evil Geniuses, who are also a really good team? No. No, they don't. I did just say all that about Monkeys, but I just feel like EG are a really good team, you know, a proper solid team, and I feel like they could beat anyone here. So that's why I've got them sweeping the... Well, you'll see after this the closed qual results. I won't say anything yet. Guild over here in the lower matches against Heat. I fancy Heat here. I do. I think they're going to be slightly better than Guild. Full French roster. Parker, Faris have been teaming for a while. I'm not even going to give Guild 2. We're going to go 1-3 here to Heat. Turbo Clappers against Endpoint. The Turbo Clappers are going to get swept by Endpoint in the lower matches. Yeah, I think Endpoint will bounce back. I've got them bouncing back here with 2 sweeps. I think that'll be decent. And they'll have a dodgy start, but they'll come into it. 1s against Team Go. Revsy, Dead Monster, and Hyder against Team Go. The full French roster of Ukis, Whiskey Drink, and Econ. How do I think this is going to go? It's going to be a tight one. It's definitely going to be a tight one. I'm going to give the edge to 1s. Not sure about this one. I do think this could go either way, but I'm going to have to give the edge to someone, and I'm going to go with 1s. Over here in the high matches we have Monkeys against Old Farts. Monkeys Ardu Metane against their old teammate, their old fart of a teammate, and Speed. I hope he doesn't mind me saying that. Yeah, I think... Did Ardu and Metane? I know Ardu teamed with Speed, right? Did Metane as well? I think so. I'm not sure. Did Smokes replace Speed? It's possible. It's definitely possible. I could be talking a load of rubbish, honestly. Was Speed ever even on Monkeys? Oh my god, now I've just made myself look like an idiot. I'm not too sure. I think it was Cash, wasn't it? Yeah. Was Speed ever around? I don't think he was. Yeah, ignore me guys, sorry about that. Right, Monkeys against Old Farts. I think Monkeys will sweep this. I think it'd be a comfortable win for them. So we're going to go with the Frio. Williams Resolve up against Team Vitality. This one's a dodgy one. This one is a really dodgy one. I think this is such a close matchup. Because I don't think Vitality are as good as people making out. Or as Vitality said they were. Do they beat Williams? Do they beat the Williams roster? Breezy, Flame, and Noah Saki. This could be a Williams win, honestly. I'm going to give it to Williams. In 5, I think it'll go all the way, but I just got a feeling. Sonics up against Solary. This is a tough one as well. This is a really tough one. Sonics against Solary. How is this going to go? I am not too sure. Right. Sonics v Solary. Oh, it's such a tough one. I think I'm going to give it to Solary. Yeah, I'm going to give it to Solary. Okay. I'm happy with that, kind of. I mean, a lot of these games I'm going where they're sort of going all the way to 5, honestly could go either way. They honestly could. Right. Let the matches sort themselves out. Right, we've got Sonics against 1s. I think Sonics... These games are going to be more one-sided down here. I think Sonics take that in 4. I think they're going to beat ones 3-1. Vitality against Heat. Again, 2 full French rosters here going against each other. Who comes out on top? I think I've got to give it to Vitality. I think they'll go through. We'll go 3-1 as well. I don't think it'll be that close, but I'll give a game to Heat. And then we've got the old farts against Endpoint. This has potential to be an upset, I feel like, out of the 3 games down here. But I don't think it's going to be. I think they're going to fight for it. Oh, the old farts. I think they're going to fight hard for it. But I think Endpoint will be the team that ultimately comes out on top on that one. Yeah, I'm happy with this. Let's have a look. Yeah, I'm happy with that. I'm happy with how this has gone. Such a hard thing to predict, you know. Any team can win. Any team can beat any team on the day. It's one match, you know. Or one series, I should say. Yeah, I think anything could really happen. Anyway, this is how I've got the table looking. So I've actually got Erigiri going through as top seed out of the full cup. Yeah, that could happen, right? I think that could happen. EG close second. I mean, it's purely, they've both 3-0'd, but it's purely just on games won. I've got EG going to game 5 twice, because they do have quite a tough run there with Vitality and Monkeys. Whereas Ogiri, a slightly easier run, I would say, against Zoom, Guild, and Williams. I think Zoom and Guild slightly easier matches than Team Go and Vitality, and Williams obviously has a tough matchup, and I've got them just taking it. Monkeys 3rd, Solary 4th, Williams 5th, Sonic 6th, Vitality 7th, and Endpoint rounding up the top 8. This is the teams I've got going through. Heat just missing out here. I do think they're sort of like a dark horse team, but they're just not going to have enough, in my opinion. And these are the teams I've got going out. So yeah, let's see how this goes. I'm going to end the video here because it's now 2:30, so I've got about 2.5 hours to get this uploaded. So I need to hurry up. I'm going to go and do that right now. I appreciate you guys watching. Tell me what you think your predictions are. If you've done predictions or you want to tell me in particular certain matches that you think are going to go a different way, let me know. I'm open to hearing what your opinions are. Yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I will see you soon. Oh, actually, before I go, I'm planning on doing a main event one as well. I'm probably going to record this straight after. Once I've got this one uploaded, I'm probably going to record it straight after, so we can obviously see. Well, I've got my top 8 here, and then obviously they go through to the main event. Oh, that's main event season. They obviously go through to the main event. So I'm going to do this one after. These are played, I believe, next week. Actually, let me just check when they are played. Yeah, so these games are going to be played on the 28th, so it's 5 days from now. So yeah, next week. But I'm going to do these predictions and try and get the video out during the week. So if you want to see that, subscribe, stick around, and you will see the upload at some point during the week. I don't know what day yet, but I will make sure I get it done. So yeah, thank you anybody that watched this. Like I said, leave a comment, tell me what your predictions are or what you think is going to happen. Be cool to compare, I think. If you want this spreadsheet, go onto Twitter, type this in here, AtomCore RL, and you will see the links. He's posted links to this spreadsheet, and then once you get on the spreadsheet, you need to make a copy of it to be able to edit it. So yeah, AtomCore RL on Twitter is where you want to be if you want your own spreadsheet, and you can make your own bracket or whatever. You can guess all your results and see what happens. And then, as you saw when I was filling it in, it fills out the second round matches itself. So yeah, it's pretty cool. It's good. Well done to AtomCore RL to do it for doing this. He does this every time now. I always fill these in. It's pretty fun. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you soon.